Hi, this is Peter from Intelligent Retail, and I'm going to talk to you about how to get more visitors from Google. Essentially, I'll discuss with you a little bit more about ranking factors, which have an effect on how Google finds your particular website. I'll also go into a bit more detail about each of those ranking factors and the top 5 ranking factors. So here's a big number, 100 billion. So what's this about? Well, essentially, Sergey Brin and Lawrence Page wrote one of their initial papers, The Anatomy of a Large-Scale Hypertextual Web Search Engine. Bit of a lofty old title there, but they surmised that in 1998 they expected by the year 2000 there would be 1 billion documents on the web. Now Google has said that they've actually indexed over 100 billion pages in its index, and there is actually over 1 trillion web pages, which is rather like searching for a needle in a haystack. And what does that mean for us? And what does that mean for particular search terms and searches relating to your site on Google? So, with 1 billion index pages, how do we get our particular search terms and our particular websites noticed by Google and their users? Say for example we're using the term baby clothes. As you can imagine, that's going to be pretty competitive. A lot of other users are going to be wanting to find or be found using that term. We do this using different ranking factors. Now it's believed there is over 100 ranking factors, ranking factors that are used by Google. We don't have time to go through those, but we can go through the top 5 ranking factors to give a bit of clarity on what we need to do to get our pages noticed. So, what are the top most important ranking factors? According to 132 of the leading SEO experts in the world, including the organization SEO Moz, they've discovered that it's linking, so the number of links and link anchor text, that's incredibly important. The quality of those links, the title of the web page, the content, and social signals. Google isn't particularly forward in telling people what these are, and these have to be looked into, researched, and investigated. And this is what we're able to pass on to you as investigations that have been found regarding ranking factors, which should help. Now, the most important ranking factor is down to the number of links going to your site. So external links such as other websites, blogs, forums, directories, all showing that a user and a series of users are linking to your site is essentially a vote to Google to say that this is a good quality website, or it's a site with content that's worth reading, they've got good products. It's one of the essential ranking factors, and although number of links are important, it's not everything. Quality of links are also very important, and I'll go into this in more detail in a moment. To demonstrate what we mean by things that people will link to, here we have a page on rock baby clothes, a search term that we want to promote. Now, we've written good relevant content about rock baby clothes, and we essentially want to get some attention from other websites to link to our page. Here we have a forum called babyandbump.com. This is a forum for people looking for baby clothes and accessories. And what someone's done is they've found our rock baby clothes page, and while someone's looked for cool, funky, rock themed baby clothes, they said, here's a link, here's the ideal page for you. This is perfect. This is exactly what we want. Also, in that URL, that contains the key phrases rock baby clothes. That's our anchor text, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail as well. This is a great thing. This is what linking is about, and it's really effective. So we've had someone linking to our site, and I mentioned anchor text. Now what anchor text means is, in an ideal world, someone will link, and instead of having the URL of the page, they'll actually use the search term. So when they link, or when you link, you receive a link from the page and it says, for example, a search term rock baby clothes. If the anchor text that links says rock baby clothes, that's fantastic. That's perfect for what we want. Google loves this because that means that it's good, relevant content, and it relates to our keywords, so that makes it even more effective. Things like click here don't work. Here's another good example of what we mean by anchor text. We have a piece on Iron Fist shoes. This has got the link here, which you can see marked out in red, Iron Fist shoes. That also relates to, in our bottom left corner, the URL that it links to. And this is really effective because, again, that's using the keyword or the keywords that we're trying to target. It's relevant within the content, and it's really useful as a ranking factor. That's a link with anchor text. So let's have a look at our next ranking factor, and that's related to the links, but it's the quality of links. It's not just enough to have lots and lots of links going to your site. The quality relates to different sites that might send you a link. BBC, Wikipedia, very good and well-respected sites like the Times and the Telegraph. News sites are very, very good. It's not as likely that you'll be able to get links from these sites, but there are ways around that. There are local news sites, for example. There are also local directories, things like other stores or other local press, your suppliers. Getting links from them are usually very good quality links and very good for your site and your index page. Our third ranking factor is related to the title tag. This is where you would use your target keyword, your main target keyword, and you'd put that in the title tag. It has to be the first word on the page title to make it the most effective. It's one of the meta tags which you might have heard about used by Google, and it gives a really good impression of what any particular page is about. If you want to rank well in search results for a particular keyword, make sure that not only this keyword term appears in the title tag, but the keyword must appear first in the title tag. Again, I'm going to go through this in a little bit more detail because, it's not always clear. So let's have a look at title tags in a bit more detail. Here's our rock baby clothes page again. And up on the left hand side, you'll see the rock baby clothes search term. And that's what we've done here. This is the title meta tag. But also, you'll see rock baby clothes on the page. That's our H1, what we call an H1 tag, or our title tag. This indicates that the page is completely relevant from the tag, the meta tag, the content. This signals to Google that the items are all connected, this is all relevant and all very good content, and that's a term we're optimizing for, in this case, rock baby clothes. And here we are in a little bit more detail. We can show you rock baby clothes. We've also got biker baby clothes, punk baby clothes.